soul family. Okay, I forgot to do the love reading. I was all into that reading, and then I completely forgot that I said that I would pull some cards for romance. So I'm gonna do that. I'm doing a romance quickie for all signs for, what day is this? We on Friday today? So for the weekend, from now until the weekend, all right? So the decks that we're gonna be working with are the Whispers of Love. Ooh, I think we're gonna work with a few different decks. Why the hell not? And we'll have to see what Spirit says who gets what. Now, the song right now, you fooled us, and enough is enough. What about us? Let me get my pad of paper and pencil. Hold on. Okay. I should be putting lotion on my hands because you guys know every time I go to pick up the cards, I drop the decks because my hands are so dry. Okay, let me do that really quick. I don't have my rings on. So we're gonna work with everyone, and we're gonna just ask for just what's the message? What do you want to talk to us about love? What do you want to tell us? What should we be looking forward to? What's the deal? So we're gonna start with fire signs: Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Then we'll go to earth signs: Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Sorry about the wiggle wiggle. I've got you guys on this bouncy little phone holder. So fire, earth, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, since I always do it in another order, right? So for the first ones, we're going with fire, and I guess we are getting the, what is this deck called? The Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland, okay? We're going to ask for a message from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for fire signs. And, ooh, should we do pick an item so you guys get more than one? I just heard yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, pick an item. Let's do it quick, Sherry. Guitar. Here's one, acoustic guitar. 2, the sea snail. Oh, I'm laughing at this one. 3, the iron horse. Oh my gosh. All of me loves all of you just began. Hold on, I gotta turn it up. You're smart, drawing me and you kicking me out. And the goddess. Head spinning, no kidding, can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride. I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause only me loves all of you, of your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. You to me, whoops, sorry. To you, I am in my beginning, even when I lose the winning, 'cause I give you. Okay. Special song for me. Okay. Interesting that it started with, this is my twin soul in my song. Cards on the table, all showing hearts. All right, so here are the items again. The goddess of self-worth, the goddess who has learned of her worth, the goddess who has learned it's important to have a giving and receiving in a relationship. The acoustic guitar, so that we can learn to live in harmony. The ancient sea snail, and the Iron Horse. Okay? So we're going to start with, how interesting, I rearranged things somehow. That's interesting. So we're starting with the Goddess, fire signs. And we're starting with, can you see the Goddess? All right, we're starting with Sagittarius. Of me, can I give thee all of you? I'll give you all of me. Give me all of me. So, for the most amount of people that are watching right now, what is the message? I'm going to turn the radio off so I don't get distracted. I'll be singing all the way through it. What is a message that applies to the most amount of Sagittarius people, or for those who chose the Goddess? See, if you just choose by items, then you get 3 messages, right? If you choose a couple items, you get 6 messages. And then if you choose items and then you also have one for your zodiac sign, there's another message that is specifically for you. Okay, I need to choose. What am I choosing? I choose them all, so what order do I choose them in? 1, 2, oh no, harmony's my favorite thing, so that'll have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. All right, here we go. Sagittarius people at, what is that, 9 minutes, 52 seconds? What, Liger? What, honey? What? Oh, who wants attention? So somebody's feeling alone. Somebody's feeling out in the cold. This would be the 5 of Cups, I would suppose, right? Hey, I could bring these up a lot closer. There you go, so you guys can see them. So you see this one, she's waiting, 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 waiting. And there's nobody around. There's her house. It's a full moon night. Isn't that intriguing? Tonight is the full moon. Don't forget to put your crystals out. And any other healing implements you have, like your crystal wands, right? And write your full moon release ritual list, whatever it is you're willing to release back into the universe. You no longer wish to carry or hold. And of course, ask that it all be transmuted back to pure white light. Write your list, light it on fire, and release it. So here you see this one feeling quite out in the cold. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to come back, but 5 is you're feeling out in the cold for some reason. You're obviously, I don't know, are you thinking, is this like a symbolic thing where you're holding a torch for somebody? You know, you're holding a torch for somebody. You're not in that house. Are you thinking about somebody that's far away from you and holding a torch? Are you holding the light out? You know that song, Keep the Light On While I'm Gone? But you're feeling out in the cold right now, feeling alone. So I'm just hearing keep the light on. Keep the light on. Keep the light on. A lot of us have had to go through instances in our life where we know that the love is there, we know the love is real, but we're alone. There's nobody there with us. And so it might feel to you that you're just maybe the right person the wrong time, you know, on different timelines, or there's just no love, emotional support for you at this time. You might be feeling abandoned. This person looks like they're out in the wilderness. There's nobody there. Maybe you just don't feel like you're cared for. Somebody has turned away from you or rejected you. You might be feeling undesirable. You're just feeling negative right now. So Spirit's asking you to call upon them and realize that we're actually never alone. And it doesn't matter that I say that, because we've all been through this and it feels like shit. It really does. So tell Spirit how you feel. Tell them what you need. And recognize that there are people that you can reach out to. Spirit is saying there is help close to you. You just don't see it right now. A lot of times we can allow ourselves to get into slide deeper into a depressive state. I was really sad this morning, and I talked myself out of it. Took me half an hour, but I did. And literally, Spirit is suggesting maybe you need to walk this off. Like, seriously, take yourself out for a walk. Go out with some friends and sing karaoke. I don't know. Get out and do something active. Don't keep yourself isolated, because that just breeds the sadness and disappointment. So right now, I'm going to ask for another message, because clearly not all Sagittarius are feeling this way. Just some are feeling this way, and especially right now tonight. So do recognize that you're not alone in this. Recognize that you are worthy. You are worthy. You may be feeling split right in the center of your self-worth. But that's not, we don't want to turn on ourselves. If somebody rejects you or walks away from you, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means that they weren't for you. That wasn't for you. But keep reaching, because there is something for you. There is someone for you. So let me ask, Romance Angels is the other message. I probably should just leave it at one message per person, but I'm not. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, though. See, now check it out. You're feeling out in the cold. You're feeling alone. It might be that you're waiting for someone to come home, and very soon they are. When is it coming? Very soon. You might be feeling dejected, and there's nobody there for you. I don't have any friends. I just feel abandoned by life in general. But you've got to work on the way you speak, the way you think. You've got to work on your positive affirmations. You've got to realize that you deserve to have love in your life. So you got to get very specific about what you're looking for. You might be out in the cold because you were accepting less for yourself than you deserve, and Spirit says no. You know, raise your standards. So get clear on what it is that you want. Very, very specific in what you're looking for, realizing and remembering your self-worth. And remember that you are what you draw to you, right? If you want love, then be love. If you want a friend, be a friend. Okay, that's Sagittarius. Often, too, when you're feeling like that, focus on helping somebody else, because you're not the only one who feels this way. And when we get our minds off of our own personal troubles and start helping somebody else or dealing with somebody else, we realize, you know, it's not as bad as we thought it was. Okay, and reach out for quality, right? Don't fill your loneliness with alcohol or drugs or partying or sleeping around with just anyone just because you want to get attention, right? Never settle for less than you deserve. All right, so we're going to go to Leos. I'm going to go back to that deck. That was interesting to me. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Leos, what's going on with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Let me back you guys up a squirt. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Leos, tell me when to stop shuffling. For Leos. These cards are really, really stiff, so I have to break them apart to shuffle them. I can't do the whole deck. And I'm probably the only reader in the world who doesn't know how to do, you know how you see them and they go like this? I can't do that. I don't know how they do that. My cards will go flying all over the place. So, I'll do it my own way. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Leos, tell me when to stop. Show me. This one. So Leos, you need to work on your third eye. The number 6 is telling you that you are too focused on the material world. Whoops. This physical world. So you're needing to balance and clear your third eye chakra because you need to be focusing more on spirit. The sound that you want to make is Om. Om. Your element is light. It's your pituitary gland. And the word is I see. I see. So this is your spiritual sight, found obviously between your eyes, right at the bridge of your nose. You probably need to drink alkaline water. That will decalcify your third eye. You need to strengthen your intuitive abilities. So Spirit wants you to visualize. Imagine any image in your mind. And practice seeing with your mind's eye. Close your eyes, and what are you seeing? Practice hearing as well, because your third eye and your ear chakras and your throat chakra, they're all closely aligned. So you're trying to build a connection between you and Spirit. So in your mind, start picturing things. What do they look like? A lot of times people have a hard time visualizing, and so this is why you have to practice. Practice, practice, practice. It'll help you with your dreams. It'll help you with understanding the messages that come to you. Ask also Archangel Metatron to help you balance and clear your chakras. You might also need to have your vision checked, is what I just got. You're not looking at the right things. You're not looking at a partner in a spiritual sense. You're looking more in a physical sense, a worldly sense. So look at things from a different perspective as far as love is concerned. So I'm going to go to the Whispers of Love deck for you and see what message comes. Leos, you're missing someone. Missing someone. Interesting. I didn't mean to say that, but I guess that came out. I meant to say you're missing something. You're missing something. I'm looking at the triangle upside down. That's the feminine energy. This is the masculine energy. This is the feminine energy. You're missing a female. Somebody is missing someone. But you're missing something. You need to get outside of the box. And this card fell out. It fell out in reverse, but I'm going to read it upright. True love. You're missing someone. You're missing this female. This is a once-in-a-lifetime love, a true love. This is interesting. So I'm trying to decide if I'm supposed to give it to you in the upright or in the reverse, because you may have had a love like this and you've lost it and you're thinking about them. We are in Mercury retrograde right now. You're missing someone is what I heard, so I'm just going to go with it. You're missing this true love. You may have felt that this is what you had with someone, or you may have had this, and right now you're missing that. Unconditional love. A soulmate connection. All right. My cat keeps talking too. You're missing the fireworks. You want the real thing. You want the true love. You want all of it. And you don't have it. This came out in reverse. And you deserve to have that. So the message is, don't settle. Ever. Don't settle. Start visualizing. Start painting a picture of what love looks like to you. And call that in. You need to release the past. In order for you can't bring anything into the future if you don't release the past. So cut cords. You've never cut the cords of love, but negative cords need to be cut. The sadness, the fear, the regret, the anger, the blame, or whatever it is that's going on. But right now, Spirit's asking for you to handle this in a spiritual way. And in doing so, they want you to visualize what true love looks like to you, because you're missing that. You're missing, and you want that again. Love is not a fairy tale. There's hard work. People make mistakes and they blow it. And it's not always perfect. Things are not always in perfect harmony. But you want to have a comfortable connection with someone. And the message I got is you are missing someone. So if you are missing someone specifically and they are still alive and they're not with someone else, if this is somebody that really means something to you, do something about it. Are you connecting with someone in your third eye? Have you been? Maybe this is a message that you are psychically connecting with someone. You're dreaming with someone. You're remembering. You have this energy, this feeling, this magnetic feeling between you. I'm looking at the penguin here, the black and the white, so the duality of the dark and the light. Don't think that this is not something that you can have. Sing out your feelings. Nothing's worse than, I mean, if this is a once-in-a-lifetime love and you know who this is and you're missing them, don't let this go. If they're still here. If this is someone from the past that you are sad about and you're missing this connection, realize that they'll always be with you in spirit, but you can't live in the past. You have to move forward. You have to surrender. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. We're going to go to Aries. Correct for neutrality on all levels. That was, oh, and we got the romance angels. Interesting. Oh, I wanted the psychic tarot. Oh well. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Aries. What is the message for the most amount of Aries? Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the message for the most amount of Aries that will apply? Now, you guys, because there's so many different people, right? If you are a Leo, it doesn't mean that the two cards have to coincide. They can, or they can each be taken separately. So the feeling that you have, one may be just you need to work on your third eye, right? And then the other, and this is a romance of a lifetime. Now, it did come up in the reverse, but you are thinking of someone. So what will it mean for you? We all have to use our own intuition too. What does it mean to you? All right. I thought we were done. We're not done. Correct neutrality, Aries. What is the message that needs to be shared? The most amount of Aries. For those who chose the goddess. Because I take this as, all the fire signs, I take this just as, I'm choosing items, right? For myself. So I know this is a once in a lifetime, and I am missing that. And I know that we're connecting psychically. So how does it apply for you? Aries, correct for neutrality on all levels. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So you may be normally drawn to a certain type of individual, and you expect that of them. Oh, I'm just seeing something really cool right now. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys. I know this is really noisy. Sorry. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the crystal and the amethyst right there? Do you see the heart highlighted? I'm putting the phone right where my eyes are, and I'm hoping that, see, it has to be, I'm going to go like this so you can see it. There's a heart right when I said that. And that amethyst. There's a heart in that crystal. Now, I got a message from that. There's a heart in that cold crystal. So somebody may not show, oh my God, there's another message that flipped out. Wow, and yay. Okay, so do you see these? When I said your soulmate may differ than who you expect, right? From what your usual type is, or the expectation, you may have had a certain type of individual that you've always gone for. And Spirit's saying they want you to keep an open mind, because it may not be that this time. This, and then I saw the crystal, the cool crystal amethyst, right? But there's a heart in that crystal. So even though it looks like ice crystals, this person seems very stiff, right? Very formal. They're all giggly and bubbly and talkative, but this one has got a very stoic look on their face. That may not be what you are drawn to normally. You're normally drawn to very friendly, outgoing people. But in your case, there's something different. But it also shows that you may have an idea in your mind right now of who you think your soulmate is and what you think they're like. And Spirit's saying, keep an open mind. There's something you may not realize. This is also another message for people that you may think you know who it is or what you want. But Spirit's saying there may be somebody that you're overlooking. Right? You have already met this one, but you're overlooking their potential maybe. So they want you to get to know everyone that comes into your vicinity, because they're all in your life for a reason. And even if you don't choose to settle with this particular one or whoever it is that you've become friends with, you've made a friend, right? We can all use friends. P.S. Look, I did my nails from the last reading. They were so awful. And this came out. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Do you know who it is? This is part that's intriguing to me. I thought I knew who this was, but keep an open mind. It might be someone differing from what you expect. Someone is returning, and there's a reconciliation. Now, people come forward for reconciliations for many reasons. Reconciliation to settle a difference, right? To bring closure to your past. To take responsibility for a part that they played. So, to be forgiven or to give forgiveness. But it's about unfinished business. We both know we've got unfinished business we got to take care of here. So it could, when we have a reconciliation, it doesn't have to mean that this is a lover. It could be your family member that you're not speaking to. I've got 2 right now that are not talking. So it could be that, right? Could be a friend coming forward. These, of course, are in an embrace. This looks like a past life connection because she's in the clouds. This guy's been dreaming of her. And she's not really physically there. He's holding on to her. Oh, that's interesting to me. He's holding on to her. I'm going to ask for a quick question. Correct for neutrality on all levels. If he's holding on to her, Spirit, is there someone holding on? Is there somebody holding on that needs to be released? Somebody from the past that needs to be released? That's holding on with a cord? Correct for neutrality. Like a past life connection that is preventing you from moving forward? Because he is, or is your lover, or is someone who's coming back, has that been somebody that has been holding on to someone from their past? Maybe that's why they've been gone. They weren't able to release someone from the past. Interesting. Correct for neutrality on all levels. If I don't get what I think I'm going to get, I'm just going to go to another message. No, very soon. They're on their way. So they're coming back very soon. Okay. What I asked was, is this someone that's holding on to you that shouldn't be holding on to you? And that was a no. That's not the case. Okay. So, from Whispers of Love, keep an open mind. I'm getting you may think you know them, but they've got some things to reveal to you. Or it just might be that, you know what, I don't normally go for that. But in this case, Spirit says, keep an open mind and hear them out. Maybe that's what's going on. Someone's coming back from the past. They love you. They're holding on to you. They want to have a discussion, and Spirit saying, keep an open mind with what they have to say. Ooh. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. So when this comes forward, this reconciliation, this person comes forward, no bullshit. The truth and the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Be your authentic true self, because only when you are being your authentic true self are you going to draw to you someone who's being truthful and authentic with you. Make certain that if somebody else is coming back into your life from the past, that you get the truth, right? I want to know who you are. I want to know the truth of these situations. That's important for me. And I'm not going to stuff my feelings. I'm not going to be told you asked too many questions, right? I'm going to be very straightforward, and I want straightforward as well. But it's also about accepting others for who they are, right? Because look, they may be different than you imagined them being. And it's about accepting them for the truth of who they actually are. Just as you would want to be accepted for who you are, and not have to change who you are to please another. We get people drawn into our lives for lessons. We get people in our lives so that we can complement one another and grow from one another. If everybody was the same, life would be very boring, right? Okay, so for earth signs, or Whoever chose the Iron Horse, correct for neutrality on all levels. Who should we start with? We'll start with the Psychic Tarot. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Earth signs. We'll start with Capricorn. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Capricorns, what is the message for this week in regards to love? Oh, does that mean that this weekend there is going to be a I should have asked that. Is the reconciliation going to be this weekend? I wonder if this pen will tell us. Dude, no way. Oh, I'm laughing at that. That's funny. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Magic 8-ball pen. Capricorns. Dude, no way. Detach. You're being asked to detach. You feel out in the cold. Right? You're looking pretty forlorn there. And this one wants to fly away, and you're being asked to let it go. Release. Surrender. And take the time needed to make yourself feel better, right? Which is baby yourself. This is about stepping back and really looking at the situation and understanding something needed to be changed here, right? You're definitely being asked to detach from a situation and take a really honest assessment of the situation. And recognize that we are where we are because of the things that we have done, right? And the things that we have chosen. So sometimes we may ask ourselves, why has this happened? But we have to ask ourselves too, what did I do to bring myself to this place? What do I have to change? What do I have to, I've steered off course in some way. So no one's telling you need to blame yourself or anyone else. It is the fact that someone's flying the coop here, basically. So you need to detach from the situation and decide, what do I do now? Where do I go from here? Sometimes if you let go, something will return to you. You're feeling very wistful at this time. But detach in peace, not in anger, right? You might not be seeing things clearly at this time. You may be thinking you want this situation, but in all reality, is it actually working? Was it actually a happy place? I mean, you're all bundled up and it seems pretty frozen, pretty cold. So let's ask for a clarifier from the Whispers of Love. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Capricorn. Correct neutrality on all levels. Capricorn. What other message do we have? Or for those who chose the Iron Horse. Look at your patterns in relationships. Yeah, these are very clear going together, these two. So you're being asked, this is just confirmation about what we were just told. You have how did I get here again? What have I done to bring myself back to this situation? And again, you're being asked to look inside. Not blame, not be angry, but realize I'm in a pattern. I have a pattern here that I seem to be repeating it. And if I don't like the way this pattern has been repeated, what do I do to change this situation? What can I do to draw towards me what it is that I want? Because clearly right now something's not working. And you've got to look in and see why am I drawn to this type of a person or this type of a situation, right? You're going to keep doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. So that's not going to happen. So if you don't understand what you're doing or why you're drawing this towards you, the next person that you are drawn to, you're going to have the same situation happening again, similar qualities. And you're being given this lesson because you have to learn a lesson. Once you get the lesson, you won't have to learn that again. So are you somebody that chases after somebody? You need to allow somebody their freedom. Are you somebody that tries to control a situation? Right? Are you somebody who has been you've allowed someone to control you? This is just a couple of different examples, but clearly they're asking you to look within to realize what needs to change. How do I need to set boundaries, be firm with my boundaries, right? Do I need to recognize that there needs to be a give and take, a reciprocal relationship here, right? One that where both are happy. But at this time, it's about inward focus, about love. Okay, so for Virgos, and we're going to, I guess you're getting this too, Virgos. Heart, Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Correct for neutrality on all levels for Virgos. What is the message that we need to look at? Now, you're being asked to step back and detach from a situation. You might be in a marriage, right? It doesn't mean that everybody is leaving somebody. It doesn't mean that everybody's marriage is over. It just means maybe in this situation that you're in right now, you need to detach. It could be in love, with family, friends, right? It could be a friend. You need to detach and let this person go. You need to stop controlling them. You need to allow them to have their own friends, or whatever the situation is. You know, there's something that I continue to do in my relationships that I need to look at. If in your marriage, I keep doing this in my marriage, or does my partner keep doing this, you know, and it's not working. We need to examine why and change it. Okay, for Virgos. Clarity of belief. And there again, check it out. Letting that butterfly fly free. You've got your hand on your heart and your eyes are closed. Now, are you letting that butterfly fly free, or are you reaching for something? Do you believe that you are deserving of what you want? That butterfly is green, which is the color of love, and also healing. There's energy moving around here. There's potential. But it's talking about clarity of belief. You may have had a false belief system that Spirit's wanting you to look at. Something about what a relationship is supposed to look like. Remember the message that Aries got. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type in expectations. This is a similar message. Regarding commitments and regarding love, what is your belief system about that? Because right now, you need to define that and get rid of things that are holding you back, such as this is the man's role, this is a female's role, right? A female does this, a man does that. Every relationship is different. Every relationship has a different strategy that's required. You have to be flexible, you have to be open-minded, just like the message that the Aries got, right? Be open-minded. It might be different than what you have normally attracted. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It means it's something new for you. So instead of seeing it as something that isn't impossible, or I don't know this, so it scares me, think of it as excitement. This is something to discover, because there's love here, and you're reaching out for it. It's also telling you right now, maybe things have gotten stale in relationships. The butterfly is talking about transformation, but I feel like freedom, right? Healing, love. And there's energy just swirling around in here. So maybe ask for, you have an energetic feeling. There's something that's pulling you. Look at this. It's coming in here and it's wrapping around your arm. It's literally pulling, and you're touching your heart chakra. So something's pulling you. Love is pulling you. Look at the electricity. It's love and healing. And your eyes are closed. Do not want to go there. You're something that's holding you back. Right now, there's an exchange that needs to occur. Something's pulling you. This is energy moving around you. This is interesting to me because this is love, but this is kind of like old cords, right? That have you tangled up. So maybe old ways of viewing love, or old cords from old relationships. This is fresh. This is new. This is bright. This is green. This is pulling at your heart hand. It's pulling you. And you feel it. So this is something new, a breath of fresh air. So you're being encouraged to look at things in a different way. What am I willing to give? What do I need? if I'm flexible and I'm open-minded, and I realize that this might be a new adventure for me, this is going to breathe a fresh air into my life, but this may bring healing into my life. This is healing. This is healing for me, but I don't know it. It's got me all up in knots. I don't know it. Why? Because you've never experienced this before, but this is coming for you. This is here. This is your transformation. So maybe you need to communicate what your feelings are. This is where I've been, but have I been happy with that? What is it that I wish to change? What is it that I would like to have in a relationship? And then exchange those feelings. Because each person you meet is going to see you having to alter your behavior, because nobody is the same. We're all very, very different. So maybe exchange your feelings and ideas, and then do something different. Not the way it was done in the past. This is exciting. I want to see. So they say romance angels for Virgo, correct for neutrality on all levels. You need to cut cords and release the past. Tonight's a good time to do it. This is the full moon. Release all these old beliefs and the old feelings from even if this isn't the same relationship, right? There may be old cords that are binding you up, but there's a breath of fresh air coming in here, electrifying, healing and love and transformation that's taking place. This lasso is coming out here, but this is old stuff that needs to go. So, what's the clarifier? Yes. So there you go. You need to honestly discuss your feelings, your needs, your desires, what it is that what you want or how you feel. Because here, you're all tangled up. You want it, you're reaching for it, but you're holding yourself back. And look at, here you are again, same face, right? She's leaning into you and you're just like, not saying anything. So you need to honestly discuss what your feelings are, what your fears are, what you're looking for. A lot of times people assume. But if you assume, you make an ass of you and me. You don't know what another might be feeling or wanting. And you're holding on to these feelings inside of yourself. You're not expressing yourself. You're masking your feelings. And it might be difficult for you to let loose here. This person is very uncomfortable, very nervous. This one wants to hear what you have to say. Look at, she's covered in green. This is love and healing. And Spirit's got this. This is backed up. This one's reaching out for your hand. This is the butterfly. Look. Look at the dress. This is the butterfly that's reaching out for your hand. You're reaching out for it too, but you're not speaking. So you need to speak your truth. You have healing in this relationship. Somebody willing to heal in this relationship. This is maybe old stuff from this relationship, problems from before. But this is a bright new energetic connection, a transformation that's taken place, and a willingness for healing to take place. But you have to speak, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but we have to initiate. Nothing's going to happen if we don't act, right? So if you have a difficult time speaking, you could ask for, maybe you need help. Maybe you need to go to a counselor to speak. Maybe you guys you've had a problem and you don't have a proper way of communicating with one another. Are you stubborn? This is an iron horse. Are you set in your ways? It's going to require effort on your part, but it'll be worth it. Do you need to seek some kind of assistance? Are there reasons that you repress your emotions? Have there been things that have happened in your life that you need to talk about that maybe you have not spoken about, maybe to anyone? Do you have a codependency? Do you need to speak to with a third party there? Also, green is for growth. This may be difficult, be awkward, but this is about your growth. This is why this has to happen, in order to help you grow. You can't control another person. That's what I get with this iron horse. It's my way or the highway, and it can't be that way. It's got to be. But maybe you don't know about relationships. Maybe you haven't ever really been good with that. So heart-to-heart discussions where you're honest with what you feel about what it is that you want, what you will accept, and what you won't accept in a relationship. If you know, if each other knows what's going on, then there can be a healing and a growth. But if she doesn't know what you're feeling, this could be a female too, right? How you felt about that situation, or how that made you feel, or what you meant, if nobody can read your mind, you're not getting anywhere. What is that song? Your history of silence hasn't done you any good. So speak up. Okay, for water signs, we go to the prehistoric, I call him the prehistoric sea snail because he's slower than dirt. This is a Knight of Pentacles water style. For those who chose the sea snail or water signs, we go to the romance angels. And we start with Pisces. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Pisces. What is the message most applicable for Pisces? Or those who chose the sea snail. That's cool. Selenite is self-charging and self-cleansing, but it will cleanse and charge every other crystal. Are you a crystal child? Are you the one that has that crystal heart? That cold exterior. Ooh, it's even the same colors as the lavender. There's a heart inside those crystals, those frozen crystals. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Pisces, what is the message that's most applicable to you, for you? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Pisces. You deserve love. You deserve love. You are lovable. You know what's really sad is some people are raised to really believe that they don't deserve love. That they don't deserve somebody's, straight up, they don't deserve love. They don't feel worthy. They've been given such negative messages about themselves, or maybe they have said that about themselves. Maybe they feel they don't deserve it, or you're too good for me, or I don't deserve this. There's that Ed Sheeran song, I Don't Deserve You. Maybe after something has happened, you feel unworthy. But Spirit's telling you right now, you do deserve love. And I'm a Pisces moon, and I will tell you straight up, I know I deserve love. I know I do. So you tell yourself, I deserve love. Because Spirit's saying, yes, you do. You are lovable, just as you are. You may not realize that. You don't have to change who you are in order to get love. That's Cupid's arrow shooting at you right now. You may have had a very difficult time and felt unworthy of receiving anybody's love because maybe you haven't been shown that love. Maybe you've been blaming yourself for something. But Spirit says, at this point, right now, with everything that has happened and who you are, no matter what was said or done, or no matter what has happened in the past, you deserve love. So Spirit wants you to speak an affirmation. This is what you need to say to yourself. And you need to say it until you believe it. I am lovable. I am loved. I am loving. Now you may feel that you're not loving. I'm not a loving person. You know what the song, the Eminem song, Monsters in My Head? And it doesn't feel that, you don't know who I am. If you knew who I was, you wouldn't love me. Sometimes people have that haunting them. And Spirit's saying, we know who you are. We know everything, the ins and outs, and this is your message. And you were to tell yourself, I am lovable. I am loved, and I am loving. And the more you experience, the more you repeat this, the more you will draw that energy to you. Your vibration needs to switch, right? You want to attract the right kind of energy towards yourself, the right circumstances and the right people. So let's go to, we're going to the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, correct neutrality. Interesting. I was going to go for the Whispers of the Heart, but I got nope. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Pisces. I am lovable, I am loving, I am love. And I am loved. You may not feel like you're loved. Yes, you are. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Pisces. So you need to work on your crown chakra because you're missing your downloads. 7. If you say to yourself, I am loved and I deserve love, I am loving and I am lovable, you're on the right path and it will exceed your expectations. This is all love. But your crown chakra is clogged right now. It might be clogged, or it might be that you have not protected your crown and it's open to too much. You're pulling in too much. I put this sea snail on top of the selenite wand to clean it and charge it, right? You may have absorbed so much of outside toxic energy. You're bringing in things to yourself that may not even be your own thoughts. A lot of times, as an empath, I don't know if you guys remember, but in live readings when we would do a soul family meetup, someone would come into the chat and I'd be singing along doing my thing, and all of a sudden, wow, something would shift in me and I would pick that energy up and I would be angry. A lot of times you think it's you, but it isn't even you. It's the energy of the ones around you. So you need to learn how to close your crown down, close your shield, bring your radar in, your psychic antennae in, because it's too broad. It's like you're picking up all kinds of things. Your receptor is way too far out there. Clearly, you wouldn't be getting this message if this wasn't the case. So right now, your crown chakra is asking for help. Now, when I do, my twin is a spirit. My spiritual twin is a Pisces. Whenever I work and send him healing, Reiki healing, I do it every night. I work on the crown. So even with that work happening, Spirit's asking you to pay attention to the crown. So maybe what you're getting is, maybe you need to pay attention. Are you feeling that energy in your crown? Are you feeling that tingling? Because the crown chakra says, I know. I know. So what you think you know, you're right. This is where you're receiving, your higher consciousness is receiving your connection between the spirit world and you. So have you blocked your crown chakra? Have you shut it down? Have you got it clogged? Or are you ignoring what you know? Because in the case of my spiritual twin, he gets Reiki in his crown every night, a healing energy. But I can't control if his crown is open, right? If he doesn't put a shield of protection around, if he allows himself to be in toxic energy, he's going to absorb that, being a super sensitive empath, right? There needs to be boundaries. See the dark black around this? This is you in the center, this loving being that deserves this worthy loving being. But this is a protection. Black is a protective shield. I ask that you're protected, but you need to be protected through your own mental process. We all need to learn how to shut down, because there could be overanalyzing. We could know something, but we refuse to sit with it, and then we allow all these negative thoughts to come in, and that erodes our shield of protection. And then all these other things start coming in. And then you wonder why I'm not moving forward, or I wonder why I'm feeling this way, or insecure, or doubtful, or angry, or whatever. And it may not even be your energy that you're feeling. You're picking up the energy of someone else. So imagine for others, this light shining down upon your crown chakra and filling it. That's what I asked the Father. Fill me with pure, unconditional healing energy. And it always goes in through the crown. But we ask Archangel Michael to come. Whenever we ask for our chakras to be aligned and balanced, we call Metatron in to do that, but we ask Michael to stand guard while our crown is open, because we don't want our crown exposed. Now, if you're somebody who is using experimental drugs, mushrooms, taking ayahuasca, peyote, you have opened up, you blow open your crown. You can't control what comes in and what goes out. You have no control over your own crown. I will never do that. I don't care. I don't trust anyone enough to guard me except for Archangel Michael. So it may be that you've blown your crown open. So you need to ask Archangel Michael to come and ask for a shield of protection. When you ask Metatron to come and clear and balance your chakras, before you ask your Father to fill it, you ask Michael to stand guard while your crown chakra's open. And then once you're filled, balanced, and cleared, then you say thank you and you ask that your crown be resealed. Because this is what comes in from your crown. That's the divine loving energy. We're talking about love here. You want bliss. It comes in through your crown. And you know. where it comes from. It's coming for you. You deserve it. You need to accept it and take care of it. Correct for neutrality on all levels. It's interesting, you know, something, Spirit could say, this is for you. They have the Ace of Cups being handed to you, right? And you don't feel worthy. But it wouldn't be handed to you if you weren't, and if it wasn't meant for you. Interesting, that doesn't want to go up there anymore. Okay, so who's next? Cancer. We start with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Psychic Tarot of the Heart for Cancer. Heart chakra. Hold on, you guys. I gotta. That's that. I think it needs to be drained. That's annoying, that sound. It's this little portable fan, air conditioner and heater, and the water has to release, and there's like a hose where the water releases, expresses, and it was up in the air. It wasn't able to drain. So we just finished with Pisces, and that was going the whole time. So it you're not expressing yourself. You need to express yourself. There's all that emotion that's stuck up inside there, and it needs to be expressed. Okay, so heart chakra, the number 4. Recognize that you are completely surrounded, guided, and protected by the angels at all times. You have no reason for fear. But right now, you need to work on your heart chakra. You need to open up your heart. Who are we working with? Cancer. So you need to open up your heart chakra. You need to balance your heart chakra. It's your thymus gland, which is right in your throat area. The color, of course, is green for your heart chakra, and the key words are I love. So right now, unconditional love, harmony, compassion in relationships, and healing, this needs to be balanced within you. So there could be a lack of harmony, a lack of compassion, a lack of unconditional love. Could mean that you don't feel that you deserve this either. But you need to ask right now for Spirit to send loving energy to your heart, healing energy. Peaceful healing energy, so the color blue. Green for healing. And get your heart to start working. Ask your heart chakra to send it out. Get it pumping. Get it activated. Again, I'm looking at the symbols here. So I'm thinking of Archangel Metatron. Ask him to clear and balance your heart chakra. Ask the Father to fill you. This is focusing on filling you with healing, unconditional, loving light. So you ask, and imagine your body filling up with this first, right? And then ask your heart to send this healing energy to different areas in your body. I can feel my heart chakra spinning right now. It's activated just from talking about it and looking at it. You'll know what it feels like. It's like feeling like you're going up on a swing. That's what it feels like butterflies. And if you then from your heart, practice sending love from your heart to somebody or to a pet specifically, and then ask them to send it back to you, you will feel this energy spinning. And as you send love out and it comes back, it's a healing that takes place. It's a reciprocal that goes around and around. It's really nice. So let's go to the romance angels and see what my heart chakra and my solar plexus are spinning right now. Wow. Mine starts to spin so much it goes up into my throat to the place where I feel like I can't even breathe. It's overwhelming. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For Cancer, what's going on? Trust. So your heart chakra may be closed down because you're not trusting. And Spirit's saying this situation that you're dealing with is calling for trust on your part. Whether now this one's speaking their truth, right? Wearing their heart on their sleeve. This one seems to be quite busy. He's conducting some kind of work. So maybe this is you leaning into somebody who doesn't seem very responsive, who seems to be more interested in their work than in love, making love to you. But Spirit's saying, whoever this is. It might be you that doesn't trust her, right? But Spirit's saying right now, everything is the way it's supposed to be right now. So don't go into a place of fear. Don't go into a place of blame. Don't go into a place of negativity at all. Tonight is the full moon, so ask Spirit to help you release whatever is not working with your heart chakra. Your heart chakra might be the reason you have an issue with trust. Because this situation that you're in, you've been brought to this situation, and it's been brought to you for growth. So Spirit's saying, whatever path it is that you are on, whatever you're thinking about, stay on this path. This is where you're meant to be. You need to trust in it, even if it doesn't feel like it's reading you in the right direction, because it actually is. And when you have faith in something, even if you can't see the results of it, that attracts that energy to you. And Spirit is saying this is a situation where when you have faith and trust in something, you will make it possible. If you lose your trust and faith, if you don't trust in what your heart is telling, don't go for what your heart is longing for, you won't get what you want. So I just heard, don't listen to naysayers. Scorpio, right? Scorpio? So Scorpio, correct for neutrality on all levels, Scorpio. There's a message for Scorpios. I think I need to eat. I've got a headache. Actually, I need to have a drink of water. Just a second. Woo! Sorry, guys. I get dehydrated way too quickly. Oh, I gotta turn that heater off. Sorry. Lily's probably dehydrated. Correct for neutrality. Okay. Scorpio. Okay. So you feel, you're thinking. This is looking like the Hermit to me. When the great wave comes, go to the mountain. So you might have had an overwhelming situation. You might have pulled away. Spirit's asking you to do this, actually, to kind of step back, detach, think about things as far as what's going on in your relationships right now. This is a time to seek knowledge from Spirit, not from other people. This is a very loud message that I've been getting lately from Spirit, is that we don't want to go outside of ourselves. We really don't. It doesn't really matter what other people think we should do, because they're not us. And their soul's contract is different than ours. So when we aren't sure of something and we ask other people their opinion, we just complicate things for ourselves. So it's best to go into meditation. This one is seeking enlightenment from Spirit and their higher self. Now, don't stay there too long, right? Maybe right now you're feeling like, ugh, this is too much work. But Spirit says, the number 9, you have everything you need in order to move forward. Stop procrastinating. So you've been hiding out somewhere? Spirit's saying that you're not going to get what you want unless you put your effort into it. Your best foot forward. Maybe you're just exhausted. What is that song that sometimes I feel like giving up. I'm lying on the bathroom floor. Somebody help me. Sometimes I feel like giving up. But I just can't, because I'm not made that way. So maybe you are tired and you want to give up. But Spirit is saying at this time, no, we don't want you to give up. We would rather have you give yourself a little bit of a break, a bit of a rest, and reconsider maybe the situation or the message, the plan that you had. You're getting enlightenment on something. You might have felt disappointed, dejected. You packed your bags. You're like, I'm gonna go up into the mountains. I'm gonna be a freaking hermit. Screw this whole thing, right? I don't want anybody near me. But this bag of sorrow that you're carrying around is actually something that's made you stronger, if you could look at it that way, instead of looking at it as something that you're dragging around behind you. You don't want to drag it around behind you. You want to unpack your bags, right? Have a light backpack. And when you leave this mountain of meditation or thinking, this reading right now, after you rest and reconsider and listen to what would love say, what would love do, you'll recognize that even though I've been disappointed in the past, it's taught me what I don't want, right? Which then should teach me what I do want. And maybe I need to reconsider actions. Maybe I need to consider what I expected from something. You know, sometimes we have expectations of something and then we're disappointed in that because we're expecting something specific. So if you have got an issue in a family situation or a love situation, there's conflict, Spirit's saying detach from the drama, right? Give yourself a little bit of space. Allow yourself time for healing. Don't feel guilty for wanting this time, because you need to recharge as well. You might be, I mean, we've got the selenite tower here. You might have absorbed far too much energy, and Spirit is saying, we need to help you here. We're going to give you some downloads, right? Because if you've got a lot going on, a lot of negative energy, a lot of toxic energy, that's what you need to do. My twin used to do this. I would be writing to him, and I don't know where he would go. I'm like, where have you been? And he'd say, sorry, I was in the mountains soul searching. So maybe that's what you need to do. Reconsider maybe how you've been acting, or what kind of energy you've been expending, or the way that you've been handling the situation. And maybe it's just because you're just overexhausted and you're not thinking clearly, or you're not able to see with clarity. And once you give yourself time to recharge, rest, pull yourself away from the drama, get your mind on something else even, then Spirit will bring you information to show you what you can do to improve the situation. Let's see what this applies to. Who are we dealing with? Scorpio. Correct neutrality on all levels. Scorpio, what is clarification for this? I love that beam of light coming down on his head. As soon as I said that, my left hand started getting prickles in it. Ask Spirit to show you. What do I need to reconsider? What do I need to look at differently? What is it that I'm missing? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Scorpio. Ooh. Okay. A new person has stirred your romantic interest. Now, this could be a separate message, right? This could be your message, or this could be your message, or I'm getting another message here as well. This one has had drama. There's been a problem, right? They've pulled away. This one, so maybe what you need to reconsider is how you've handled somebody. This person, this knight, is down on his knees, handing her a rose, and she is not looking impressed at all. She's busy. She is, but Spirit is telling her to listen. So it might be that you think something is not worth the effort, right? But Spirit is showing you here in this situation, if you make a sincere effort, they will make sure that you're given an opportunity. Because there are reciprocal feelings here. Or at the very least, make the effort. You won't know if you don't try, right? Maybe you're thinking about approaching someone and you're thinking, now that they won't take me seriously, right? Or maybe you've done something, right? I don't know. But you won't know if you don't try. And how do you try? By being sincere. This person is down on knee. Now there's a song, so the cups got broke beneath our feet, but it wasn't my fault. That's not going to go over very well, right? You don't say I'm sorry about something and then give a bunch of excuses about why it really wasn't your fault, because then you're really not sorry. You don't go into a lot of explanations and a lot of depth. You just say, I want to offer this to you. She's speaking her truth. Maybe you didn't speak your truth. Maybe you've been holding your feelings inside and you just need to express yourself. But nothing's going to happen if you're hanging out up there on that mountain and she's down here. Follow the lead. Now, if this is a message to you, that person that I met, was there, what's the deal with that? Like, did that guy like me? That guy that, and there, maybe this isn't what you saw, right? You met somebody recently at work or wherever, and you're wondering, are this person's feelings sincere? Well, clearly Spirit is showing you, yes. This is a knight, so this is a gallant person. Maybe you're wondering if this guy's a player, right? He's a knight, and he is down on bended knee with a rose. That may not be how he presented himself to you. He may have presented himself to you like that, very aloof, not very verbal. But in all sincerity, he's down on his knee, and he's a very noble person, somebody who would be very protective of you, that's offering you his love. So, wow, that's pretty cool. This is validation that the feelings are mutual for you, guy or girl. And if you listen to what Spirit's telling you, they're saying rest and reconsider. Spend a little time. Well, reach out, right? There's one message what you should do. Now, this is if you're free. If this is a married person, Spirit's not, we don't go for that, right? If you have lost interest in the relationship that you're in, then you need to pull away, detach, and that before you move forward into something different. But this is also a message that you're feeling lonely, right? Isolated, alone, life sucks. But Spirit's saying you're about to meet somebody. So, faith, remember? You got to keep the faith alive. Remembering, just like Pisces, you deserve love. You are lovable. And you never know when this person's going to pop around the corner. But they're not going to pop around the corner if you don't make yourself available, if you keep yourself up in the mountains, hidden away. Right? Okay, so now we go to air signs. And we start with the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Air signs or the guitar. I miss my musical friends. And my Uncle Phil would say, well, you could practice your guitar. Wrecks my nails, though, and it hurts my fingers. I got to the place where I could play All of Me Loves All of You, but it was so disjointed and broken. Like, you understood that I was playing that song, but it was not very fluid. And then I just kind of, everything went sideways and I stopped playing it. But I have so many friends that are musicians, and gosh, I love that. I love the sound of an acoustic guitar, harmony. Correct neutrality on all levels. We're going to start with Libras. Oh, that was an afterthought, wasn't it? Okay, so the awaiting results. So, you've put in the work to something, and you're waiting. You're waiting to see what happens at this time. I wonder if that will stay up there. Cool. So, number 7, again, you're on the right path, and it will exceed your expectations. So, while you're sitting around waiting, if you've been wondering if this is going to go anywhere, because you're just kind of sitting there with your hand on your hip, you've put a lot of energy into this, and you want to see growth, right? What is going on? But Spirit says, patience, grasshopper. Maybe you want something, and there's something that needs to be redefined in you. Maybe you need personal growth. Maybe there's something about your attitude that needs to be taken a look at, right? You standing there with your hand on your hip, Mr. Bossy Pants. Or maybe this is Miss Bossy Pants, right? Maybe you have to come from a softer persona rather than, that doesn't look very approachable, right? If you come across open and friendly and flexible, you'll be more attractive to people. People want to be around a ray of sunshine, not around somebody that's going to snap their head. This person looks like, this person does not look friendly. This person does not look approachable, right? So be who you want, right, to attract. Now, maybe you're frustrated because you're in a relationship or you've been working towards something and you're not seeing anything happen, and it gets really annoying. So then Spirit says, you know what? Focus on something else. Don't focus on that. Walk away from that. Do something different. Detach from the situation. Because that way, you're not going to take everything personally. And if you've put a lot of time and effort into something, then ask yourself, is this going anywhere? Is this actually rooted strongly, deeply? Am I bearing fruit from this project, from this relationship, from this friendship? And if you see, yes, there are changes that are happening, maybe they're slow, but yes, they are happening, then keep moving forward. But if something has come to a stall or a stop, maybe there's something that you need to shift in your approach to the situation, your attitude. Maybe if it's not working this way, maybe it'll work in a different way, right? And don't try to be in order to get. Like, be your authentic true self, because you're not going to draw towards you who you need for yourself or who's going to work for you if you're faking it, or if you're trying to fit a mold or trying to act a certain way. I get this from clients all the time. Well, he didn't call me, so he didn't call when he was supposed to call. So do I ignore his call when he calls me? Do I not pick up the phone? And I said, why would you do that? Well, because, and I said, you're playing games. Do you want to talk to him? Yes, but and I said, then stop playing games. Don't act like a big badass and a hard ass when in all actuality you miss him. You're hurt because you miss him. You're angry because you wouldn't be so angry if you didn't love this person. So why don't you throw out all the negative stuff and just focus on the positive? So maybe drop your guard a little bit, open up and be a little bit more flexible and a little bit more approachable. Maybe that'll help you out. Who am I talking to? Libra. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Let's go to the romance angels and see what that has to say. Why are we using the whispers of love? We use the whispers of love for Aquarius. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Libra. Make the effort. There you go. You standing there on your hip waiting for somebody else to do it? This could be a family situation or a love situation. This is a tree, so it could be a family tree, but you're standing there with your hands on your hips like the Queen of Swords. And Spirit's saying, you're waiting for something to come to you, and it's not coming to you with that attitude. So, and we get that because Spirit's asking for you to make the effort. You need to make the effort. You're being guided to make the effort and take action. If you do, you will be on the right path. It will exceed your expectations. If you're trying to bring love into yourself, what is it that I need to do in order to attract love into my life? If you want to have a friend, you need to be a friend. If you want love, you need to be love. But there's something that you need to do in order to bring love into your life. Spirit says that we'll bring you an opportunity. We'll bring you to a door, right? But then you got to walk through the door. You got to do something about it. It's not going to come jump in your lap. So when you ask Spirit for guidance on how to move forward and what to do, they'll give it to you. Your guidance is make the effort. It's pretty clear. I did a reading today, and that was one of the messages. This guy really liked this girl, and they'd broken up, and, you know, he still loved her, but he didn't know how she felt. And the reading was all about, you know, it's reciprocal. And you need to let her know, honest communication, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know what to do. I said, yeah, you do. Speak now. Do something. You're being told what to do. You called for guidance, and your guidance has been through the whole reading. You need to make the effort. Stop standing there like an ice king and speak. Speak. Let your feelings be known. Make the effort. So this is what you're being told. It will bring about a healing. It'll bring love to you if you make an effort in doing whatever it is that you need to do. Spirit will let you know what it is that you need to work on. Do I need to work on my attitude? Do I need to work on getting out and being more sociable? Do I need to work on being more accepting of other people's flaws? Do I need to be more expressive? Do I need to have boundaries set? Do I need to not allow people to run ripshod over me so that when somebody actually does come forward that cares about me, I push them away? So Spirit will give you the guidance that is specific for you, right? The action that you need to take. You'll be getting messages about the things that you need to do. And then ask them to help you. Give you the courage to make the change, to make the move, right? To take the steps that you need to stay. God, I can't even talk. To speak, actually. Maybe you're stuttering. What can I do to make things come across more fluid, right? For those who would like to go deeper with their reading and find out really what steps should I take and where is this going for me specifically, me in this situation. If you'd like help with a private reading, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. Sherry Columbus at Yahoo is my email. Till midnight tonight, I have a $22.22 off on a 1-hour reading. Black Friday special. If you don't make the special, I am honoring $10 off any reading till the end of the month. So this would be a good time for you to look into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please click subscribe, like, and share the videos if you found them helpful. And we're moving on to Aquarius. So I guess we're starting with this, and then we're going to use the Whispers of Love, because I was shuffling these like crazy. So let your friends help you. So ask for support from your friends. If you're looking for love, your friends may know somebody that would be right up your alley. It may be telling you you're looking for love, get out with your friends. Don't be an island, right? Go out there. Maybe you have mutual friends, and maybe they could help you with what's going on. You need to also possibly be willing to accept other people's perspectives on something, right? Just listen to other people's perspectives on how they do things. It might be different than you have something. You maybe have to explore something that you're not used to, right? You have to be willing to ask for guidance in a situation. Look, I keep doing the same thing and again. Do you see me? Is there something you see me doing that, you know? Because a lot of time, I mean, your friends, they know you, right? They know what you like. They know who you are, and they may watch you and think, you know what? Why are you acting like that around? You're not even being yourself. Why are you acting like such a whatever, right? So ask them, hey, do you notice anything? Your friends will know you. They may, as I said, have somebody that they could introduce you to that you never thought about. You may have a friend that you haven't looked at as anything other than a friend. Spirit's also saying it's time for you to get out and spend some time with your friends, just to lift your vibration. Because when your vibration is higher, not to mention if you're out, you're going to be seeing people, right? You might just run into somebody. And you're not going to run into anybody if you're in your house. You'll be out with your friends, so you'll be dressed cute or handsome, right? Go out and have some fun. Lighthearted energy attracts people to you. Let's see what's going on with the Whispers of Love. Woo! Correct for neutrality on all levels. Whispers of Love. What do you have to say for Aquarius people? I love the way these cards shuffle. Okay. The only thing that is real is love. So shift your focus from the problem back to love. We're all part of this united collective, all of us. What would love say? What would love do? So maybe that's what your friends were supposed to tell you. What would love say? What would love do in this situation? Instead of focusing on whatever it is that you feel may not be going right, the way that you will be on the right path and exceeding your expectations is to focus on love. Always. What would love say? What would love do in this case? Don't focus on the negativity. Don't focus on the fact that I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. They're not looking at me. Just stop affirming the negativity in your life and focus on the positivity in your life. Everything is good. Everything is more than good. Everything is wonderful. I choose love. What was the message that we got the other day? I welcome romance into my life. Now. I welcome it into my life. Spirit knows what we need. Reach out to Spirit. Tell them what you're looking for. And expect the best. Love heals fear, anger, sadness, sickness. Maybe you've had problems with your friends. Maybe there's been a situation with your friends and you've had issues. You see the light in everyone. We all have issues, right? Try and rise above the situation. And focus on the good things and not the negative things. We could sit there and list off all the negative things, and that's just going to dig us into a pit. But you could start focusing on all the positive things, and you could start shifting your perspective, because everybody has as many, for every negative quality, they have something positive about them. If you could look at that and focus on that, then the world opens up for you. For Geminis, we're going to the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Correct for neutrality on all levels. So this is just information for this weekend, right? Things for you to focus on, things for you to think about. Things that might be coming. Correct neutrality on all levels. Gemini. Woo. All right, so considering these are men, I would say this is a family situation, and you're being told to choose your battles, because this guy's in battle stance, and these ones are larger than life, and they are all very, very stoic, standing there. So, again, what would love say, what would love do, would be you being on the right path. But right now, is this a place where you need to stand your ground in a situation? Or is this a place where, you know, just because you get invited to the war doesn't mean you have to attend? Just because you get invited to a pity party doesn't mean you have to attend. You're being asked, is it worth fighting over this situation? Is it worth going to battle? Is winning this battle going to lose me the entire war? And right now, there's no harmony. This weekend, there's a problem, right? So it could be that you need to take a stand and stand in your truth, or but it might be also that if you come across like this, with, you know, acting like a badass, like a hard ass. Remember that guy that was sitting up there in the mountains, and he was being all stiff, and yet there was actual love and gentleness inside of them, but no one would know that by the way they acted. So if you are misread because you look like you're being aggressive, you're coming from a place of aggressiveness, you might start a war. So this is for this weekend. Don't come from a place of aggression. Don't feel that you need to justify yourself, because if you come across like that, then they're going to come at you, and then it's just going to turn into an all-out war. So this is about confronting and defending, and maybe there's a situation in your life that it's constantly, this is what it is. It's a cycle. Confrontation, defensive action. It's just, it's damaging and exhausting. So there's a battle going on, either with you and others or within your own mind and heart. So you need to right now evaluate the situation and ask yourself, is it really worth what's going to come? Because sometimes when we're angry, we say things and we do things, but then later you can't take it back, and you have the results. For every rock you throw into the pond, there's going to be a ripple effect, right? Are you going to be happy with what ends up happening? And when you're angry, you're thinking, you don't give a fuck him, right? But in all reality, you're just angry, and deep down there's actually love there. Or maybe there isn't. I don't know what the situation is right now. But if you feel very, very strongly in a certain position, right, stand your ground. But that doesn't mean you have to be an asshole, right? And you don't have to be the winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. You don't always have to be the winner in something in order to be the king of the castle. And sometimes walking away from a situation, you are the winner. So don't allow you having this desire to win a situation. Keep a disagreement going. You're at an impasse, these three. It looks like two brothers and a father, right? No one's talking. This one's in the light. This one's in the light. This one is pissed off. This one is absolutely stone cold emotion. So who are you? You want to be the one in the light. You want to be open to the energy that Spirit's pouring down. That's the one that's on the right path. The one that's listening to Spirit's guidance right now. So let's go to... I'm going to go to the romance angels, because this is clearly like a family situation or between friends, right? And that's not the case for all. Who are we talking to? Geminis. For not all Geminis. So romance angels might open this up a little bit so that we can have a different perspective. Ooh, maybe not. Okay, so right now, you're being asked, you're being asked to forgive. You're being either asked to ask for forgiveness or extend forgiveness. you are being asked to let go, possibly just let go of the past. Let it go. There's sorrow. There's somebody that is crying. This one is very sad. And this one is distraught. And while you hold on to this negative energy, it eats you up inside. It turns you to stone. It freezes your emotions. It makes hateful things come out, and it prolongs sadness. You will not move forward holding on to this angry, sad, depressing energy. It might be that you have done something that you feel bad about. You acted in a manner that you feel bad about, but you can't beat yourself up for it either. So release the past. Tonight's the night to do it. This is about releasing and allow something more pleasant to come into your life, because right now this isn't very pleasant. This is not a win-win situation. This is a shit situation going on right here. It's not a happy camper time. So if this is not to do with you, then this is talking about you in the past have been hurt in a relationship. And maybe because of that, you've made your heart cold, right? But you need to let go of the past. You need to release. These could be just memories that need to go. Cut cords to the past. Release tonight all of the negative feelings, all of the stuff that you no longer wish to carry, that's weighing you down, that's making you sad. It's like cobwebs. Cobwebs are useless. When you weave a web, a spider weaves a web, that's creation. It's for catching something. Cobwebs are defunct. They're empty. They're nothing. They're just dust bunny catchers, right? So it could be that because of what happened in your past, you're coming across in battle mode, and no one is going to be drawn to that. No one's going to like that. You are creating barriers yourself. You are your own block. So if you let go of the past, learn from the lessons. Why did this happen this way? What do I have to learn from this? How can I do something differently? Not sit here and beat yourself up if it was you that has done something that you feel bad about, right? Or even if somebody else did something. What did I learn about that? Well, I know about boundaries now, right? I know I'm not gonna go hang out with people that are obviously lying to other people and expect them to be faithful to me, because if they're going to lie to them, they're going to lie to me. Whatever the situation is, learn your lesson. Whatever the situation is, learn from that, have that experience, and then that can go in your tool belt. That's how you can forgive yourself, forgive the past, and move forward, right? But right now, there's an unhealthy relationship pattern happening here. There could be blame, unforgiveness. Well, there is unforgiveness because they're asking for forgiving here. So ask Spirit, help me forgive. But it's also, maybe it's you that it is feeling so bad. And maybe there's somebody in your family that is not allowing you. They're coming across like cold stone energy, right? They won't forgive me. I've asked, I've tried, they won't speak to me. You forgive yourself first. And then you ask Spirit to help heal the rift between you and another. Also, if you're having a hard time letting go of something that was very, very painful, it might have been a situation in a family. Check this out. What if there was child abuse? What if there was sexual abuse? What if there was just nasty energy, toxic energy? You grew up with a negative bullshit family. You need to let this go. You need to let go of the past because it's making you sick in the future and in your present. You're not able to move forward. It's debilitating. It could cause you to drink. It could cause you to take drugs, cause you to be sexually promiscuous and not have healthy relationships at all. It may not allow love into your life at all because you're holding on to all of this pain from your childhood or from your earlier life. So you ask Spirit to help me release this, let go of the ghosts of the past, so that I can live in the present moment and be in the space of joyfulness. I got for Geminis, there's going to be a healing. I got that there's somebody that is going to completely transform their life. They're going to change their life. And the person in their life that they had done wrong by, they were still walking away at this time. Even though this one had changed their life, they were walking away from them. But that doesn't mean that there will never be a forgiveness. You need to let go, release, and then hand it to Spirit. I'm going to ask for another message for Gemini, since this is the last message, just because this clearly seemed to be a situation that needed to be spoken about, right? And that's not everybody's situation. And if it continues on, then I'm just going to stop. So religious factors are affecting your love life at this time. It might be that you have had a strict upbringing that everybody has to be this way. And it's impassable. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to go outside of your religion. It might be that somebody that you're interested in is a spiritual person and you are not. But your love life is being influenced by your upbringing and your belief, your religious beliefs. So you may need to forgive that past belief system. That might have been something that you were raised with and you disagree with it. So maybe you need to let that go. Maybe you have walked away from that like I did, right? But I don't hold any anger, animosity towards it. I release it. It doesn't help me to hold on to that, right? And not to mention, there were probably positive things that you learned. So it's just letting you know that maybe there's religious differences between you and someone that you like, that you care about. Maybe you care about somebody who doesn't have the same religious, and I don't even like the word religion, because I'm not religious. So that might be the case. You may be a religious person and somebody else may be a spiritual person, right? Somebody who has a completely different way of looking at things. And that is not going to be satisfactory to either one of you. Because I can tell you right now, I won't be with somebody who is a religious person. It wouldn't work for me. It doesn't align with me. Doesn't mean that I don't honor your choices, right? Now, this doesn't have to be in a love relationship. This could be your brother likes somebody who is different than you, not the same faith. And so I'm not going to accept this. Or my father won't, or my mother won't, or whatever. It's causing a problem. But we have to honor everybody else's choice, right? It doesn't have to be that everybody can coexist. But right now, there are religious issues that are going on right now. So it could be that you're being influenced and you don't even realize it. You may not even be practicing in your family's religion, but because of the way you were raised, you're influenced by that upbringing, right? Or by your culture. Or maybe in your culture, women are this way, men are that way. But you don't live in that country. You live here. It also could be also that you have to be true to who you are. Don't negate your beliefs and what matters to you. Don't dismiss it. It's a big deal. My family heritage is a big deal to me. And if somebody else is disrespectful of that, that's not going to fly, right? They're like the Jewish people, they have a Jewish religion, but there's also heritage. That's where they come from. It's an honorable family tree to them. It's their roots. It matters to them, right? You may find yourself prickling with, like, say my daughter is married to a Jewish boy. He's not a boy, he's a man. And her father is German. That could be a huge problem. I was raised by a father who is German. My stepfather's German. He was 17 years old when he moved to Canada, and lived here all alone. His family was back in Germany, but he was born in Germany. He is never, just because somebody is born in a different country, doesn't mean they align with Hitler. He never did. Of course not. He was a very loving, kind, compassionate person. But some people get really hung up on your nationality. I'm not German. I'm Welsh. That was my stepfather. But you may have a huge issue with that. Some people do. Whatever the situation is, there's an issue here. So recognize that we all came from one father. We all have different beliefs and different choices. Doesn't make one better or worse than the other. So you need to decide in your relationships, what you will accept and what you won't. What matters for you in a partner. What you find important. The principles that you stand by, right? It doesn't have to be a religious affiliation. It could be that you are looking for somebody who shares similar spiritual beliefs. And you haven't found that. So ask Spirit to help you. And what you need to do is associate with people in that arena. If you are looking for a Jewish person, then hang out in the synagogue, right? Go to a temple or wherever people go and meet that are associated with your faith or your belief system. I wouldn't be found there. right? I would go and honor someone that I loved if that was their heritage, but that's not where I would go to worship. It wouldn't happen for me. I'm a spiritual person. But I take a little bit of everything. I find great worth in every religious belief and in every spiritual. I listen to everything. I take a little bit of everything. You might be being asked to broaden your perspective a little bit, and don't come from such a stone cold, it's got to be my way or the highway. That may push people in your own family away. This is a heavy reading for Gemini. Geez, I tried to make it lighter, but, you know, it just kept coming. So I'm going to let it go. I would say, ask for harmony to come to this situation, right? Agree to disagree. That was my grandmother saying. My grandmother was a Soviet socialist. Soviet socialist, right? That was my grandma. She was my hero. My mother was absolutely adamantly against that. I was raised Jehovah's Witness. I am not Soviet socialist. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. My ex-husband was German, and his mother was Italian. I'm neither of those, right? I take a little bit of everything, and I'm just spiritual. That's it. I just want harmony. So it is possible for us to coexist. It is possible. It's all in your attitude, and you're not going to get it with that attitude, right? I respect your right to choose, and you need to respect mine as well. So maybe Spirit's saying you need to learn how to harmonize a little bit better. All right, that's it, you guys. That was heavy. I'm gonna ask for just an overall message from Spirit for everybody, because that just kept getting heavier and heavier, and that was not fun for me. I don't like to discuss religion or politics, and that's why. Ugh, yuck. Okay, so let's go to, I'm going to go to the Gaia Oracle, because there's got to be something happy and positive. So what message, Spirit, do you want us all to focus on tonight, the night of the full moon? What would you like us all to focus on? Ooh, you know what? I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to the whispers of nature, because there's harmony in nature. Nature's where we need to go to find balance. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What would be a really nice message for everybody to close this reading, so I can go have my dinner? For everyone. Guidance for us all. First of all, freedom of choice. Freedom. Also, allow people to fly free. Butterflies represent transformation and freedom. All the different colors of the rainbow. Everybody's unique and different. Nobody's better than another person. Allow for this. That brings about transformation, is when you just allow. Renewal of peace. Love this. What an adorable. I see. I don't go through my cards and look at them. I see them when you guys see them. So this is super fun for me. I love this. This is a new beginning. Oh, I love it. And where do we go? Nature. We see healing with this frog, dropping the old baggage from the past, which was what we're supposed to do tonight. We're going to release everything. Look at this little baby nestled in Gaia's womb. So beautiful. I love it. This is a little acorn baby. And then little snails. Things may be feeling like they're moving along at a slow pace, but it's a peaceful place. Spirit says, get ready for big changes, though. There is a new beginning, says the robin redbreast. And look how curious. The mouse says, pay attention to the details. And the hedgehog says, don't bristle. Don't be so prickly. They're all looking at this new little baby. Ooh, I love this. 1 and 3 is 4, which means there are angels all around you. You are completely guided, protected, and loved. There is no reason for fear. So right now, Spirit is saying you need to maintain a sense of peace with everyone, which is what, this is a perfect message after that last series of messages, right? With all aspects of everyone, and with all aspects of your life, your mental state of mind, your spiritual state of mind, your physical state of mind, everything. You need to bring inner balance back into our lives. And we need to take care of ourselves, right? We need to bring ourselves a sense of peace. We don't want to have that energy, this energy. That's lame. Standing there with your hands on your hips, stone face. That is no bueno. No thanks. I want peace. I choose, for me and myself, I choose peace. I like that. Look at Ganesh standing here with his hand up. He's like, no fighting, you know, peace, harmony. This is what we want. Even if it's, you know, move slowly, but move towards that. Let go of all of the negative. Let go of everything from the past and move forward into a place of peace. And recognize that when we do that, we bring our lives, everything back into a sense of balance where we can start again on a solid ground. So be optimistic in believing that, you know what, we can overcome challenges. I have said about my spiritual twins family, I know they don't like me. They're totally different beliefs than I am. And I want peace. I want peace amongst the brothers. I want peace in the family. I just want peace. That's why that's my thing, right? I'm all about peace. I'm not going to fight with you about who you want in office and what your religion is, and I'm not going to put it down, and I'm not going to make fun of it or think that it's not of value. I don't do that. I come from a place of love. I want peace. It's important. There's so much green here for healing and growth, and when we say, I choose peace, whatever the situation is that any of us are dealing with right now, I choose peace. Please ask for a sense of peace and calm to descend upon this whole situation. That's how we bring things into balance. Maybe we need to do this. Maybe we need to literally take a little bit of time out for ourselves and ask for peace for ourselves. We deserve it. And allow our bodies to be refilled and regenerated and feel better. Because right now, there's a new birth that's happened. There's been some kind of an ending and a new beginning that's happening here. And when we're new at something, it may be a new relationship, it may be trying something different, it might just be spiritual transformation, but we have layers, right? Layers, like an onion. We're constantly reawakening. This baby is sleeping right now. But when this baby wakes up tomorrow, there will have been a reawakening in some aspect of our lives. We are never fully awake. It's funny, people say, oh, I had my awakening 10 years ago. No, you began reawakening. We're constantly reawakening. That's why the frog is here. This is about releasing emotional baggage. We have layers and our whole lives and past lives to release, right? This is transformation as well. Emotional healing, right? And the squirrel for changes. Red squirrel for passionate changes. New beginnings with the robin redbreast. Always remaining curious. Sometimes maybe it feels like our changes aren't happening quickly enough, but slow and steady wins the race. But do know that we are constantly reawakening. And we're constantly going to be new at something. That's one thing that's good for relationships, right? Everybody is not an expert at everything. Everybody has something that they are just learning, that they are just becoming good at. So don't ever feel less than anyone else because you're not a really great speaker, or I'm not very good at expressing my emotions. Well, you might be an amazing business person, a strategist, right? A creative person. And somebody who's very good at expressing their emotions or very good with expressing themselves, period, like are able to speak, they may not be competent in areas that you are. Everybody has something to learn from somebody else, and everybody starts somewhere. So, what would love say? What would love do? Love would say, I choose peace. Perfect way to end this reading. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a happy full moon release and let go of all the bullshit, right? You can see it going up like hot air balloons. Just like let it go. Release it. But do please ask Spirit to return anything negative to pure white light, because we don't need any of that negative energy floating around in the atmosphere. And don't forget to put your crystals out. I got to put mine out now. It's going to take me forever. Love you guys.